exciting.
That's good to hear
This is
from
Mona
you.
from church.
It's good to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. What can I do for you?
I was wondering, we put in on a house, and we want to know when it was going to close, or if we got it, or whatever.
As I move forward into your vibration, I'm a little surprised, but I do see that you will end up with a home, and it's not too far down the road. I have conflicting numbers coming through here. I don't know if this is 2 to 4 days, 2 to 4 weeks. Something in that vibration line is going to tell you the good news that you require. So I'm real pleased about that for you. Quick question, Mona. The house that you're purchasing, is this a different home than what you live in?
We're in a rental right now, and we want to buy a house in Caldwell.
Okay, so I am correct about it being different then. I was a little a myth about that one. But anyway, bottom line is it's going to come through. I'm real pleased about that for you. Again, 2 to 4 days, 2 to 4 weeks maybe, something of that nature, and you'll get the good news that you require. So congratulations.
2 to 4 weeks?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. That is great.
I'm so pleased for you.
I appreciate you very much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. God bless you. You enjoy the rest of your day.
I'll see you tomorrow at church.
Oh, great. I'll look forward to that. Good morning, Mike. What can I do for you today?
Well, David, I've had lately a very strong sense that I'm going to be moving lately, and I even had a vision in one of my meditations that I was seeing loading boxes into a van. And here lately, I had to do some renovation where I live, and I packed some stuff up to move out for a couple of days. And when I was bringing it back in, I had the strong sense that I should just leave everything packed.
You know, that's
I wonder if you
so
could reflect on this a
interesting.
little bit.
When you were discussing what you had been experiencing with your meditation, I went ahead and just kind of started connecting with your energy and vibration, and I agree. I feel very, very strongly about you moving and relocating. That is going to work out very well. Now, what I get so prominent with this is the number 4. Now, Mike, this indicates to me that the move easily could begin in about 4 weeks, but I'm also wondering if that indicates the month of April, of this year.
I see.
I do believe ultimately that the move will be terrific for you. Terrific. Pardon me. So I'm real pleased about that. And I would just suggest this, which I'm sure you're probably going to do anyway, is just focus on the move through your meditation and through prayer time. And I know that you will have clarity all the way around. Now, regarding work or employment or anything of that nature with this move, I don't find any of that to be a negative issue. I find work and things of that area for you to be so positive and just with a lot of continuity and flow. So I'm very, very pleased about that for you, Mike. Very
Thank you very much.
Oh, it was my pleasure. And Michael, thank you so much for participating consciously from your free will with meditation and trying to help our planet through that gift of meditation and prayer. It really is making a difference.
Well, thank you.
God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend.
How are you today?
Doing very, very well. What can I do for you today?
Sometimes you have phrases or feelings that come through to you, and it's actually coming through to you from somebody.
Yeah, there is a difference between that. You know, oftentimes when people are moving forward to open up the intuitive self or to expand what some may commonly refer to as psychic abilities, there are many, many, many different aspects of experiencing and utilizing their amplifying tool. One thing that many people, I think, lose sight of the fact is that the higher self, the soul, the spirit or higher consciousness of the individual human can be an awesome source of connectiveness And that, by far, really should be the source that we focus on most. I think oftentimes when people try to move forward with expanding their abilities, they will try to rely on solely just guides, angels, people who are in spirit, loved ones, family, or friends. That can be a bit of a challenge. Pardon me, not that it's incorrect, but a bit of a challenge. Because oftentimes the seeker, the person who is trying to become the experiencer and develop, may be a little rough on the self because they're not getting those clear connections. But sometimes when we just relax, allow the self just to simply go, what do I sense? What is my first thought? What do I get impressions of? Oftentimes they will not appear to be cohesive or have some form of continuity. Oftentimes, Michelle, we receive information not only fragmentedly or sporadically, but it comes often through impressions that will be defined as symbolic. And the more I get to know myself, my journey, my language, if you will, and the more I practice living in this moment, I can tune in a little bit better. And one thing I always recommend is people take time to write everything down and try to see if we can understand what it means. But I do know this. You're participating, obviously, in my Oracle class for people that are, wanting to develop some form of intuitiveness. So I know, Michelle, when we gather in our second part of our workshop, you're going to be very, very pleased at what you are going to be putting two and two together, because you already get impressions and feelings about things.
Yeah,
you already do.
Yeah, the last week or two, I'd had so many times where I was feeling my father around me.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's amazing how much contact we have now due to tremendous shifts of consciousness that have been happening since late 2010 and will continue to escalate for us. And so Dad probably is around you. Relax, participate in meditation, and you might want to try to focus questions that can be responded with simply yes or no, impressions, that kind of thing. Right. So I think this is going to get stronger. Honey, thank you so much for calling in today.
All right.
Hi, Celine. Thanks for tuning in. What can I do for you today?
Are you still there?
Yes, go ahead, honey.
Okay. Thank you for doing what you do. I wanted to thank you. I called you about a year ago, and you gave me some very good advice. But now I'm calling on behalf of my aunt, who just recently lost her long-term boyfriend.
Oh.
And she wanted to know how she was doing. And she also wanted to know if the cause of death was what they suspected it was, because they didn't do a thorough investigation.
Interesting. What's interesting? Let me touch on this. As I get into this, did somebody crash or get in an auto accident or some sort of accident that you're aware of?
No.
Then you know what? This could just mean one thing to me. Regarding the lack of investigation, it must mean that what they have found is still not clear. That there's other things that need to be looked into. When I see something crumble that small, it usually means there was details or something that was overlooked. Say your aunt's first name to me.
Well, I call her Diane, but her first name is Anita.
She's a good person. She's got a great mind. She wants to make sure she doesn't underestimate her strength, nor her resilience. She is going to get through this time of grief and tragedy, the losses in her life. And I also know that as she moves forward, I am seeing a sense of her feeling good over the sense that she is being productive and she's getting things done. She just needs some time. I would recommend to her to really take that time and not rush into anything new just yet.
Okay.
She's got messages coming through. Has her father passed over?
Yes.
Because that's who I'm feeling so strongly is the presence of a father with her. I also feel something like the name Chris. I don't know why I feel Chris. It could be Christopher, Christine, Chrissy, some form of that name. But I'm also drawn to a name like Joe or Joseph with her. Now, I'm almost apt to think that the J name, the male J name, the Joseph, could be Jim, but I think it's Joseph, is coming from the side of spirit with her. So I'm not sure what this is. But the father energy is trying to bring through comfort to her. Now, I also am getting impressions that there is an older woman who identifies herself as a grandmother. Now, this grandmother, she's also in spirit around your aunt. This grandmother is not a tall woman. She's actually on the shorter side.
Oh, it's a good thing you said that, because one was very short and one was very tall.
Oh, perfect, because she's insisting I bring up the size that she's short. Now, granted, she's a pistol, don't get me wrong. You know, she's got wonderful strength and all of that, but she's there also helping your aunt as she moves forward. And she's going to be fine, but I do know this. Your aunt is wrestling with closure issues regarding her loss.
Uh-huh.
And that's something that is going to bring into resolve eventually for her. And I truly believe that she's going to receive contact from her boyfriend who crossed over. I don't know when this is going to happen or in what form or manner it will come through. It could be dreams. It could be through, people like myself who do this kind of work. But nonetheless, I know it's coming. I also know there's a very positive interaction or reward or perhaps something coming from the boyfriend, but it's connected to the month of June.
Oh, wow.
All right? And so that's going to be significant for her. Very, very positive. So I'm pleased about that.
She was given a painting.
Oh,
and
perfect.
She's investigating it right now.
Oh, perfect. Well, then that matches why all those details were so crumbled and everything was. That makes total sense to me. Well, congratulations on that part of it. Continue to keep her in prayer as she moves forward.
Yes, thank you very much.
It was a pleasure, honey. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for being so supportive and loving for your family.
Thank you.
God bless. Hi.
Hi, David. Hi, Bruce.
It's good to hear from you, honey. Thanks for tuning in. What can I do for you today, Jenny?
Absolutely. I have a question. When we talked recently, you had believed that I may make a career change as early as March, and I wanted to see if you felt like that's still on track. And,
now, that was March of 2054.
Oh, yes.
That was it. That's soon. Actually, your vibration for career change is very, very strong through March. But as I'm tapping into you right now, this vibration is going to be around you. This window, I guess I would call it, or opportunity timeline, could be as long as March through May. But I will put this in here. This also could indicate March 5th or March 15th because of the prominence of that 5. One thing I want to tell you as you and I are connecting, there is a man who is currently around you as we speak, who's in spirit. It is someone you knew. He is smiling and just a terrific guy, and he comes through supportive. He's encouraging you. It is connected to the move or the changes around work. And, I'm drawn to the letter D, the D letter, like David or Daryl, Dawn, something like that.
Dennis?
And this man, it makes me wonder, because of his vibration of safety and protection, if this is a father figure or grandfather figure.
Okay. Probably my brother, Dennis.
Well, let me ask you a question then. With the D, it could be, was he protective of you or his family?
Yes.
And was he on the taller side or on the lean or trim side?
Taller and trim.
Yeah, that's him. I got to tell you, he has got so much warmth. a great smile, you know. I know at times he can almost come across as being an antagonist to certain people, but he got a kick out of it. Does your brother Dennis have at least, does he have at least one child here on Earth?
Yes.
Is one of these children he has, is it female?
Yes.
Because I feel so strong with this. He's also telling me that he's real active, doing well. He's around the family a lot. Quick question, do you guys have another sibling, a male who's in the service or was in the military?
His son was in the military.
Oh, it's his son he's referencing. Well, he's just as proud as punch with him, doing very, very well. Who is James or Jim?
I'm not sure.
Keep that one in mind. Also a name like Lori or Corey, something like that. Your brother is so happy you and I are connected right now. He's going to try to bring through a couple of signs for you to know he's around, so just kind of be alert. Nothing real off the wall. I think one of them may have a connection to a song or music, but he's a terrific guy, your brother.
Absolutely.
Terrific guy. I just dig his vibes big time. Well, honey, I want to thank you so much for calling.